Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you joining me. Today we are doing a 5,000 kilometer review on my Supersix Evo 2. This is my second Cannondale road bike. In the past few years, I moved from my CAD 13 to this. I have a few videos on my CAD 13 on the channel that you can check out. But I did a build video on this, and I've been riding it since April of this year. And while I normally would have hit 5,000 kilometers a little bit sooner, there have been some travel and sickness in the past few months. So there's been a little bit more off time than I would usually have in the middle of the year. Nevertheless, we are at 5,000 kilometers, just a little bit over 3,000 miles, and I wanted to give my thoughts on this bike in a little bit of a long-term fashion, as all you may have seen on the channel is me racing it and building it. So this is, like I said, my 2025 Supersix Evo 2. With some upgrades, this bike is actually cosplaying as a high mod bike, as the high mod Evo comes with these wheels and can come with that bar stem combo. So to majority of people, it would look like a high mod. However, it isn't. I don't have quite that much scratch at this time for a bike, so we're making do. I already had these wheels on my CAD 13 when I got this bike, so I took the Cannondale, the hologram R45s that come with this bike, sold them, and moved these wheels over. The bars and stem that come with the Evo 2 were insufficient size for me. The bars were too wide, the stem was too short. So I opted to get the Momo Design bar stem combo. I was also really excited to get the Momo bar, as I'm into cars, I'm into motorsports. Momo makes a lot of carbon fiber parts for automobile applications, such as steering wheels for race cars, and I thought the Momo Design handlebar really tied my two passions together. Specs on the bike are a 58 centimeter frame with a 120 millimeter stem and a 38 centimeter bar. That's a one piece, but those are the equivalent measurements. The bike comes with Ultegra Di2, which is a solid upgrade from the 105 Di2 I had on my CAD 13. It comes with 175 millimeter cranks on the 58 centimeter. I have gone down to 170 millimeter cranks for a little bit better of a fit. But other than that, the group set is pretty stock, other than a Dura Ace chain and rotors. I have a power saddle on the bike from Specialized. I run a power saddle on all of my race bikes. I had it on the CAD 13 as well, though I had the base level power saddle on that bike, whereas I have the S-Works, the carbon rail and body saddle on this one, just to shave a little bit of weight down since we had the opportunity to do so. But specs aside, let's get into impressions of the bike. First impression, the geometry is the exact same as the CAD 13, and I have the same length stem, the same width bars, the same length crank arms. So the geometry fit-wise is the exact same bike as the bike I've been on for the greater part of the last 2 years. However, comfort-wise, it is noticeable the difference in frame material. This is a full carbon frame, fork, seat post, wheels, etc., bars, all of it. So there's a noticeable difference in road chatter versus the aluminum frame of the CAD 13. Loved that bike, but this one is just a slight bit smoother on the chip seal roads that we have in Central Texas. I don't have a ton of experience racing and riding significant miles on carbon bikes. Majority of my cycling career has been on aluminum frames, between a Specialized Allay and my CAD 13 being the large majority of my riding. But this has really opened my eyes to how nice it could be. I owned a TCR in the past and I really hated it. And I attributed a lot of that to it being carbon, but I think it was more just the style of bike that is versus the style of bike this is. Speed, though, it is actually surprising feeling the difference while cutting through the wind. This bike is significantly aerodynamically optimized, whereas the CAD is as optimized as an aluminum bike can be, but this has a lot of frame shaping that saves time in the wind, and that's shown in its wind tunnel testing, stuff like the Tour magazine does. It's a very fast bike. So I've always been a little skeptical about how much I would notice an aero bike or an aero tweaked bike over the CAD 13 or any other bike that I was on. But it is a noticeable difference. This is a 5236 chainring setup with an 11 to 30 cassette. I have been wanting a few times this year for a larger chainring, so I'm planning on moving to a 54 tooth large chainring in the coming months. I'm looking for a power meter, so if you have any suggestions, the one caveat is that I refuse to use any chain rings other than Shimano chain rings. So currently I've been looking at the Favero Asioma pedals as well as the Cork D4 power meter crankset spider, because you can put on Shimano 4-bolt chain rings. Do you have any other suggestions? Let me know what y'all think the best power meter solution is for my setup. The one thing that I have changed on the bike since I built it is I am currently running Look Keo 2 pedals, I think is the model. I'm running a set of Look pedals, whereas on Dura Ace before. I'm testing them out. I had not given Look pedals a chance in years and wanted to try these out. These are 2 grams heavier than my Dura Ace pedals, but were half the price. What are your experiences between Shimano and Look pedals or other brands? I haven't had a bad experience with these. It's been actually relatively similar to my Shimano pedals, just a little bit different mechanics. But is there something else I should check out? The biggest things I like about this bike as a mechanic, especially coming from the previous generation Supersix and the CAD 13, is that this is a threaded bottom bracket again. There are proprietary features on any modern fast road bike, such as internal cable routing and Di2 battery placement and stuff like that. But this bike does a whole lot without making too many of those sacrifices. The internal routing for the disc brake hoses is fairly easy. The battery placement under the bottom bracket is really nice, not having it in the seat post. Part of that is because the seat post is too narrow to have a battery in it. Everything added up for a pleasant building experience, and so far over the past 4 months and 5,000 kilometers, a pleasant maintenance experience. Next steps for the bike, we're getting close to the end of the season and I will be swapping onto some winter tires. I do not go full slow, training tires in the winter. I still want to keep some speed, but I will be moving from the Continental GP5000s to the GP5000 all seasons. And I think I will be doing it in these 32 cream sidewall tires. I think it'll look really nice with this bike, but let me know what you think. Should I stick with the black sidewalls? Should I throw on the cream sidewalls? What do you think is the move? I run Orange Seal in the tires all the time. They're a Texas brand. They sponsor my team, and I'm proud to run it. If you like some of the videos in the past, or if you like this one, please hit the button below. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps me out. We'll be doing more gear videos as well as more race videos in the coming future. Overall, I love the bike. It's been like taking the CAD and just upgrading every aspect of it a little bit. But all of those little pieces add up to make for a huge difference in the package. It is slightly lighter. It is slightly more aerodynamic. It is slightly more comfortable. It is slightly stiffer, so it's easier to accelerate. All of that adds up and makes for a bike that not only is nicer to ride, but makes me want to get on and put more miles in. What questions do you have for me? Be it that you're looking to purchase a new Supersix Evo, that you want to know anything about my experiences with it, or what have you, I'll be in the comments to answer. Appreciate you checking out the video, and we will see you next time.